Welcome to Listen Up TV, guys. Today's episode is All in the Family. What are your rights? My name is Ryan Fraction, and I am here today with special guest, Senior Associate Attorney Richard King. How you doing, Richard?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good, man.
Good,
so,
good.
welcome to the show, man. We're glad to have you on, and I'm gonna go ahead and get into it, man. So, tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Like he said, my name is Richard King, born and raised in St. Louis. Went to St. Louis University for undergrad, went to law school at Western Michigan University, graduated in 2014, and licensed to practice law in Missouri since 2014. And I guess the St. Louis question is, where'd you go to high school? Cardinal Ritter Lineman.
All right, you went to Ritter. Awesome, man. Well, man, that's so. What made you get into the profession of law?
Actually, all my life when I was a kid, I wanted to be a doctor. I didn't know what type of doctor, but I know what to go to medical school and be a doctor ever since I was a little kid. And when I got to college and I had to take the biology and chemistry at the same time, I realized there was a lot and this was not for me. And I actually graduated from St. Louis University with a degree in social work. And I actually was doing an internship for the St. Louis County Probation Office, and going to court, I just fell in love with that process, and that was it after that.
Hey, love at first sight. You know, that's awesome, man. And so, what are some of the different type of cases you represent?
For the past 2 years, I worked for a family law firm. And last week I opened up my own law firm. So I do criminal law, I still do family law, estate planning, and traffic violations.
Awesome, man. You opened your own firm, man. Congratulations to you, man. So what's it called? King Law Office?
Correct. Yep, King Law Office.
I saw that on Facebook, man. That's awesome. So congratulations, man. And so, what are some pointers that you could give somebody that's dealing with custody cases?
One of the first things I tell people is be reasonable. And I say that because in these custody cases, you want to appear to the court and all parties that you're reasonable. You're willing to work with the with the opposing party to get what you want. And then I also always tell people, like, for those, you definitely want to get an attorney. Like, you can do them on your own, but I recommend you get an attorney because they know how to navigate the court. They know how the process works. And
Awesome. That's some great information, brother. Great information. So my next question, man, this is kind of a controversial question because this is something that all men, I think, want to know. And so my question to you is, does men and women have the same rights when it comes to child custody cases and divorces?
I would say probably 20 or 30 years ago, it was nowhere near balanced. It was, if there was a man and a woman, most likely the court was going to rule for the woman to get majority of the custody time. They would probably give the father like weekends or every other weekend. And of course, the father would be paying child support. So that's something last like 10 to 20 years, the courts tried to change and switch up. They tried to be more fair and balanced because now the court, when you come into a case, it's the default is like joint physical and joint legal custody. But I mean, there's still a little bit of way for court to go. Like, I know there's law offices that they advocate for men and their right to make sure that they get treated fair. And then I know there's even a case I had where there was a mother and father, and because the kid was under one, the court felt like doing 50-50 physical custody was at this time not right because they didn't want the kid away from the mother for extended periods of time.
Wow, man. So that's some incredible knowledge, man. I mean, you sitting here educating me about I always wonder how that stuff works myself. So that's awesome. Thank you for that information, man. And so my next question, man, is I'm curious. So why is it important to have a will in place? What are the most important factors of a will?
I say a will is important. Everyone over 18 should have a will, whether you have kids, a whole bunch of property or not. When you're 18, you should put in place a will to, one, tell your family what plans you want for, when you pass away, and then also to divide even like your assets and the little things that you have. So most importantly, I tell people, you want to get a will, you want to update it every 2 to 5 years because like life changes like that, because where you are at 18 isn't where you're going to be at 21 or 25. And it definitely from 25 to like 50 is not going to be the same. So I tell people you want to get a will, you want to update your will, and then also make sure that it's as detailed as possible. You put all the property and everything you want divided and included, and then even something where if you want someone excluded from the will, you put that in the will, because I think a lot of times people don't include or mention like, yeah, I don't want, my sister to get anything, and it's like, put that in the will so then your sister can't come back and protest it, because when those wills go to probate, that's a very expensive process for the family, and especially for our community, where when you don't have as much as say as everyone else, you don't want all the property or all the money to be spent in probate fighting over these matters. So definitely important to have a will.
That is important, man, because I've heard about the rigors of probate court, man. So that's I appreciate you for enlightening us about that, man. And so, other than being an attorney, do you have any other businesses that you own? Any other products and services that you offer?
Yes, I actually own financial planning and a financial independence business.
Okay, awesome, man. And so, tell us a little bit about that. Tell us, how do you offer financial independence for families?
What we do is I sit down with the family and I create an individual plan for that family. So there's not like some umbrella, one plan fits all. I sit with the families and I figure out, for example, like acronym that we use for the services is a dime. I figure out what the cost for like their death and debt is, income protection, how much they need to protect their income, like the mortgage, how much they need to cover their mortgage, and then like the E is for education for the children, or a lot of our kids, they may decide college isn't for me, so we do like entrepreneurship. Maybe they want to start a business. Another thing is there's about 155 million families or individuals who aren't protected by any financial planning. So one of the things I do is my goal is to fight that and to make sure I can get as many families protected, because like this financial cancer, I'm trying to find a financial cure to make sure that all families have proper planning in place.
Awesome, man. And so that is huge. And so that sounds like a crusade, man. That sounds like something that we all need in our community, especially in our community as African Americans. This is something that we have never got. And so I'm so excited to hear that you're building something to put us on game about that, man. And so if somebody wanted to contact you, Richard, how would they do so?
You can call me. My phone number is 314-583-2334. And I have a Facebook page for my business. It's King Law Office, LLC. You go on there, you'll see my picture on there. And also I have an email. It's rchrdkng@yahoo.com. And also I'm looking for people to help. I can't serve 155 families by myself, so I'm looking for people to help with my financial planning and financial service business.
Awesome. Well, you heard it, guys. He just dropped some incredible gems on us, and so if he can help you guys in any way, please reach out to him. He gave you his contact information. So we thank you guys for tuning in. This was Listen Up TV, episode All in the Family. What are your rights? My name is Ryan Fraction, and we thank you for tuning in, and you guys have a great night.